If your mother has a shadow, you have a mother wound. Hey there, I'm Kayla, and welcome to my series I call Movies with a Message, where we use movies to shine a light on what's going on inside our internal world.
The mother wound is the pain that's rooted in our relationships with our mother that is passed down from generation to generation. It's rooted in our mother's shadow self, which is the wounded part of us that acts unconsciously. You have to heal your mother wound because the cost of leaving it unattended is much more expensive than you think. When Rapunzel leaves her tower, her feelings of guilt, shame, and self-sabotage surface immediately. When you heal a mother wound, feelings like this come up so that they can be addressed.
Because if you don't, your festering mother wound can lead to things like never reaching your full potential, self-sabotaging when you're close to breakthroughs, unconsciously waiting for your mother's approval to take the next steps in your life, and much, much more. You have to unite with your full self. Uniting with your full self is scary, and it might make you face your fears. But Rapunzel decides this is all worth it in order for her to follow her dreams. What I like most about the depiction of the mother wound in the movie Tangled is that Rapunzel has many instances where she can turn back, and they always happen right before she's about to hit another breakthrough.
At each of these moments, Rapunzel learns something about herself that parallels to the mother wound. When Rapunzel escapes the tower with Flynn, she's immediately at war with herself and her decision. Even though she's already made the decision and is in the process of doing it, she starts to overthink because of how her mother might react. In this scene, Rapunzel is facing her deep-rooted fear of failure and disapproval. It's actually Flynn that helps her to see that she has to choose herself. Even if he may have ulterior motives at first, he opens the door to an entirely new belief that a little action and adventure is a natural part of growing up.
And when Rapunzel and Flynn find themselves at a bar full of ruffians, she learns that speaking up on her dreams and desires can get her a long way.
When you have an unhealed mother wound, you may feel like you have to remain small in order to be loved. This is called attenuation, and it's a form of emotional survival. You learn to dim your light so that you don't threaten others. And this can result in not standing up for yourself and not speaking your truth.
When they were stuck in the cave as the water was filling to the top, she learned that she can use her gifts in not so traditional ways. Rapunzel kind of realizes then that she's not only locking herself away in the tower, but her gifts as well.
The mother wound subconsciously teaches you to remain small, palatable, so that your gifts, talents, and genius do not threaten others. Because of this, you end up putting the needs and desires of other people above your own, and often lose touch with what really makes you special.
When she's in the rowboat with Flynn about to see the floating lights, she mentions that she's terrified and asks him, what if her dream isn't everything she thought it would be? And what if it is?
Rapunzel worries, what is she supposed to do when her dream is actually fulfilled? Fear of success is a difficult fear to pinpoint. Often, fear of success is a fear of how others will respond when we do succeed, or that you don't have the skills to maintain the success when you get it. When you heal the mother wound, you learn that you are capable, you are worthy, and what other people think doesn't matter.
Instances like this will surface in real life too, but they are meant to teach you about yourself and teach you determination. What's pushing this adventure forward is because Rapunzel's dream is to see the floating lanterns that the castle releases on her birthday each year.
Lantern festivals originated as a Chinese tradition, where people release lanterns during the first full moon of the first month of the Chinese calendar. These festivals represent leaving a past self behind and gaining a new one for the new year. This, paired with the sun symbolism sprinkled throughout the movie, the sun historically being a representation of royalty and divinity, I think represents Rapunzel's reconnection with the divine through healing her mother wound. This is where the spiritual mother wound comes into play. The spiritual mother wound is a wound with the higher power in life itself. Bethany Webster mentions that we need to separate our human mother from the divine feminine archetype in order to fully embrace the divine feminine that lives within us all.
If you've seen my other videos about the shadow self, you'll know facing the truth of the shadow is painful, and our brains do anything they can to avoid pain at all costs.
Although the mother wound is birthed through your mother's shadow, that means it also becomes a part of yours.
And because of this, you can easily self-sabotage the union with yourself, and you'll be convinced it's because you didn't honor the mother wound festering inside of you. It doesn't matter what you're trying to come into union with. Your dream relationship, career, self-love, healthy friendships, your mother wound will always return you back to where you started. But because you have newfound knowledge and determination, the wound does not have as much power over you. The desire to connect to your personal power, the divine, and your full self will be stronger than all of that if you've even experienced just a little bit of what that feels like. Rapunzel attempts to save Flynn from what Mother Gothel has done, and he does something unexpected.
In Rapunzel's attempt to save Flynn with her gifts, he cuts off her hair, setting her truly free. She's no longer bound by her mother's shadow, her tower, or her hair. This last act of cord cutting helps her to see that her gifts are within her being, not just in her magical hair. Once you work through the self-sabotage and the fear and set yourself free, you return home to yourself, your full self. You're able to handle your emotions, maintain healthy boundaries, feel safe and trust in your own capabilities, and open yourself up to more opportunities for happiness. And you're able to receive the success that you worked for without feeling guilt or shame. And before you know it, just like Rapunzel, you'll be able to help others set themselves free and follow their dreams just like you followed yours.
Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm sending love and healing your way. Bye.